Taste the Mediterranean through March 19th at Whole Foods Market. Save on animal welfare certified bone and beef short ribs, sustainable wild-caught sockeye salmon, and more. Find sales on Parmigiano Reggiano, charcuterie and ground lamb. Grab an olive boule bread from the bakery. Plus, wines from the Mediterranean start at just $8.99. Taste the Mediterranean now at Whole Foods Market. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Hello and welcome to Bytes of Health, where we hope to take a bite out of your parent worries each day with sound advice and guidance. Every morning, we'll answer a commonly asked question that pediatricians regularly receive in 5 minutes or less. I'm Dr. Jess Steier, a public health scientist, and today I'm joined by a guest pediatric bestie, Dr. E. Tay, a pediatric emergency medicine physician in New York City. Today, we are going to talk about making the decision to take your kiddo to the emergency room. So how do we know it's time? The clock is ticking, so let's get to it. All right, E, let's talk about that decision-making process. Should you keep your child at home? Should you schedule a pediatric visit? Should you consider a trip to the urgent care or ER? What are some of the key factors that parents should consider?
So if you're on the fence about whether or not to take your child to the ER, go ahead and call your pediatrician. However, if you think that your child is in a life-threatening condition, definitely skip the pediatrician's office or skip the urgent care and just come straight to the ER. Some of the examples may be if your child is allergic to a substance that's causing them to have a systemic reaction, what we call anaphylaxis, and needs medication, difficulty breathing and whatnot. If you're having any traumas and injuries that you think that cannot be treated in a pediatrician's office or in the urgent care, and also any mental status change, they should really come into the ER in those cases.
Can you help distinguish a little bit, for parents who are trying to figure out urgent care versus ER? Are there certain considerations there that might be helpful?
So a lot of the urgent cares actually do not have a lot of the accessibilities. For example, certain types of x-rays or any CT scans or any imaging or anything that could help save a life in an urgent case. So if you think that this is life-threatening, definitely skip the urgent care and just come straight to the ER.
Got it. So are there certain things that you commonly see in the ER that probably shouldn't have warranted a trip to the emergency room?
Yeah, so this goes back to our last session, which is fever without giving them any medications, or any type of what you think would be a common cold. We see everything in the ER. It's like a wide gamut, but a lot of the times they can probably just stay home and treat at home. We see a lot of nasal congestions. There's really not much that I can probably do for you in the ER. There's really not a cure for it, but I can provide you supportive care. But definitely also check with your pediatrician first.
E, I find this so interesting. I've mentioned before that my husband's an ER doc. He works primarily with the adult population, but so much of what you're saying really resonates. And I've heard it so many times before that if you can avoid a trip to the ER, that's always ideal. Of course, there are situations that certainly warrant a trip to the ER, but if you can safely manage things at home or with a visit to your pediatrician or perhaps urgent care, that's always ideal.
Yes, I love the business and I love job retention, but sometimes you just don't need to come in.
All right. Well, I learned something. We hope you learned something, and we have lots more to share. Special thanks to Dr. E. Tay for sharing her expertise with us today. You can get your Bite of Health every day, Monday through Friday. If you like what you've heard here, let us know. Leave us a review on Apple and be sure to tell your friends. Remember, there is no single or best way to parent. Parenting is a journey, and we are all just doing our very best. We wish you happy, healthy, and stress-free parenting.